Hi guys, so we are gonna make a chicken curry with naan. You know what I mean? This is all your ingredients, and now you are going to start with your naan. So you're gonna use 2 teaspoons of yeast, level teaspoons, and then you're just gonna add in I think it's a cup of water, and then you're gonna add some sugar in there, and you are going to stir it up real nicely. I love naan, guys. I just wish I knew how to make like the really big ones, and I still need to master how to get it really fluffy, but I'm getting there. I like the way my naan comes out. It's just not Banjara naan. Yeah, and then you just gonna, obviously that's how it looks when you've stirred it, and then you're gonna cover it with some cling wrap, and you are going to leave it like that for 10 minutes. You can get started on your potatoes and your other stuff for your chicken curry in the meantime. One thing that was invented that was never ever something I thought would be this important was a potato peeler, until I started cooking, because damn, peeling potatoes, guys, it's not easy. Once that's done, you're just going to cut up your potatoes into cubes, into 4 or 8 if you want, and you like them really small. Yeah. I like to boil my potatoes before I put them in the actual pot with the curry, because I like them to be extremely soft. So yeah, this is also for the naan. So this is obviously your flour and egg mixture and so on and so forth that you're gonna add the yeast into later on. So you're just gonna add your flour, eggs, some milk. I don't know why I was measuring with a spoon, because as you can see I'm just pouring that milk, but anyway, yeah, you're basically gonna add all of that in there, and then you are gonna mix it up real good. This is just a wet mixture. This is gonna be poured into the dry stuff in a few. Then you're gonna sift your flour into the bowl. You're gonna add some salt as well. I added a bit too much, so I had to let go of some, And then you're gonna make a well in the middle of the flour to pour in your wet ingredients, like your yeast and your egg mixture. That's the yeast. And then you're just going to mix it together. Make sure you get all the soft flour on the sides, because obviously the flour quantity is important for the texture. You obviously need to get the correct texture. You can add flour until you get like a rolling out type of texture. It mustn't be sticky. So that's how you have to, ensure that it goes. Then you're going to cover it with a dishcloth, put it outside in the sun for about an hour and a half, and then you're going to get some curry leaves for your curry. Luckily, we have some growing in our garden, which makes it 10 times easier, Potatoes are boiled enough, not very, very soft, but I don't want them to break in the pot. So, yeah, just wanted them a little bit softer. Then you're going to cut up some of your coriander slash dhania. And then your onion. The crazy thing was, like, I literally had half an onion or less for this curry, but anyway, we had to make it work. You're gonna wash your coriander off, obviously, and then you're gonna chop it up nice and fine. Doesn't have to be super fine, just fine enough, And then you're gonna cut up your chili and your tomato. So that we're gonna grate, obviously, to have a grated tomato in the food. Yeah, and then these are your spices. So there's masala, turmeric, garam masala, curry leaves, a cinnamon stick, a lot of stuff in there. Then you're gonna heat your pan with some oil. Add in your onions. Let that cook for a little while. Add some garlic and ginger paste. Mix that in, let it cook. Add in your chili and let that cook as well. Then you're gonna add in your spices. Mix that in well and make sure that it cooks for a while. The spices need to cook through so that you don't have like any cumin or anything tasting like, overpowering the food, whatever. So it's not necessarily the color I was going for, but I should have added a little more turmeric. Then you're gonna add in your tomatoes and you're gonna mix that and let that cook for a while. Just till the tomatoes are cooked through and they are a gravy-like substance. And then you're going to add in your chicken and you're going to coat it with the gravy sauce at the bottom and make sure that it's fully coated. Then you're gonna add in some water. Some salt, sugar for the tomato, give it a good stir, and then you're gonna leave that to cook for a while. You can add a little bit of salt at this stage if you want to, a little bit more. And you're gonna cook it alone for a while. And then you're gonna go and check on your dough outside. And now you're gonna flour your surface so you can start preparing your naan. And then Rain wanted to touch the dough and play with the dough, which was fun for him, obviously. And then he almost ate it. So you're just gonna knead your dough a little bit, and then you're gonna try and get it into a rope looking thing, while Rain decides to eat the bowl. So this recipe usually makes 6, but I just double it up so that it makes 12. And then you're gonna cut up your dough into 12 pieces with a butter knife. Once you've put them into little biscuit looking shapes, you are going to put them together and then you're going to cover them. They need to rise a little more, so they need to kind of grow just a little bit more. So you're going to leave that for 15 minutes, and then you're going to put your potatoes that you pre-boiled into your curry, and you're going to stir that, and you're going to leave it to cook again. Then you're gonna start rolling out your dough. So you're gonna take each piece, flatten it with your hand, and then roll out with a rolling pin. It has to kind of be flat. Well, it has to be flat, but it needs to be thin. So it will feel like a very thin consistency by the time you're done rolling. If it's sticking to the surface, you can just add flour to make sure that it doesn't. And then you're going to heat the skillet over warm medium heat. And then you're going to wait until you see bubbles form on the top. That's how you know when to turn it over to the other side. So you can turn it over until you get the brownness that you like, but this is like the first one, so it's obviously not going to be as brown. As the pan gets hotter, it does cook better. But yeah, once this is done and cooled off a little bit, you can just brush it with butter and garlic if you want, and then just add some coriander over it. That's what I usually do, but this was just plain butter naan. And that's the curry, potato soft, chicken soft, and that was the naan. It was buttered, well brushed with butter and coriander. It was very nice. And then there's the curry. Everything came out really good.